What's up, everybody? I'm Robert.
And this is Kyra. I'm feeling a little better now.
I want everybody to chime in and tell me how you train your woman. How do you train her to get? How do you train her to get right?
You know how you do that?
No. I'm not asking you. I'm asking the people.
The way you do that is you ask her how she trained you.
That's clearly not gonna work.
So see, well,
that's clearly not it. But how do you train her to not be so unruly?
For one, marriage is not about training your spouse. So number one. Put that somewhere.
No, you're right. It's not about training your spouse. There.
It's not.
It's about training your wife to do right. Because I'm Robert. This is Kyra.
Come on.
And we are evenly yoked. I wanted to talk about something that always puzzled me when it comes up in conversation. I never took the time to look it up before. So today I'm going to educate myself a little bit on this subject. I'm not sure if my wife has an in-depth understanding of what it is, but this is something that people commonly use in their relationships apparently, and it's called gaslighting.
Gaslighting.
It's called gaslighting.
Yeah, believe it or not. You're a little older.
Believe it or not, and as intelligent of a communicator as I am,
you are.
I've never taken the time to dive into what gaslighting is, but we're going to do a little bit of that today. Learning about gaslighting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I got one more video that's going to explain it a little bit. My wife has queued up the Webster's or the Google's dictionary version of what gaslighting means, and then we'll discuss it.
Oh, Lord.
I wasn't there. And I'm like, Jada, you were there. And then I said, Jada, here's a picture of you there. And you're like, you know what, Romany? Yeah, I didn't tell you the truth because I didn't want you to know you weren't invited, okay?
Right.
So a liar will cop to it when you give them the evidence. Whoa. A gaslighter will double down on their deceit when you catch them, and they'll turn it into you're crazy. So if you were gaslighting me, Jada, you'd say, wow, so girlfriend's paranoid. I wasn't there. And I'm like, Jada, you were there.
She called
and
her
I
a
said,
liar.
Jada, here's a picture of you there.
So she's talking about Jada.
And you're like, you know what, Romany? Yeah, I didn't tell you the truth because I didn't want you to know you weren't invited, okay?
Right.
So a liar will cop to it when you give them the evidence. Whoa.
She called Jada a liar right now.
Yeah, she said.
So you're a liar, not a gaslighter.
But yeah.
Okay.
Because
gaslighter.
I'm so sorry.
Because she told her, she said, dang, she called her a liar. She basically said, hey, when I brought it to you that you didn't invite me, you fessed up to, yeah, I just didn't want to tell you weren't invited.
Okay.
Like go back, rewind that. Like, you see them, everybody's like, whoa. And
will double down on their deceit when you catch them, and they'll turn it into you're crazy. So if you were gaslighting me, Jada, you'd say, wow, so girlfriend's paranoid. I wasn't there. And I'm like, Jada, you were there. And then I said, Jada, here's a picture of you there. And you're like, you know what, Romany? Yeah, I didn't tell you the truth because I didn't want you to know you weren't invited, okay?
Right.
So a liar will cop to it when you give them the evidence. Whoa. A gaslighter will double down on their deceit when you catch them, and they'll turn it into you're crazy. So if you were gaslighting me, Jada, you'd say,
you be watching Red Table?
I said I don't, but sometimes the little snippets is like, Lord, I should watch this.
That's unruly woman talk. That's what the name
of
it
is. Oh my Lord.
That's what the name of that show should be.
No, I mean, some things they probably have that are.
So, based off that video, do you have a better? Or I don't really have a better understanding exactly on what gaslighting is. But what are your thoughts on the video now?
She called Jada a liar for saying, hey, don't tell me you weren't there. When you were there, you just didn't invite me.
Yeah.
But at least she says. But it's crazy because she says Jada lied, but she at least confronted it.
Right, because she's not a gaslighter. She's a liar, according to what she was saying.
But how can you be a liar if you tell the truth?
Because she was lying originally. She just didn't want to say it because you weren't invited.
Okay, originally. So, yeah.
All right, so.
I'm sorry. So, here you that was like, whoa.
Go ahead and read off what the Google dictionary version is.
What Google says, you guys.
Excuse me.
Google says, manipulate someone using psychological methods into questioning their own sanity or powers of reasoning.
I think that helped me a whole lot more understanding. Right, questioning their own sanity.
Look at this. For example, here's a sentence. in the first episode, Karen Valentine is being gaslighted by her husband. You know, I don't understand that because we don't know what that is. But here it says, gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which the abuser attempts to sow self-doubt and confusion in their victim's mind. Typically, gaslighters are seeking to gain power and control over the other person by distorting reality and forcing them to question their own judgment and intuition.
Okay, I think I have a much better understanding on what it is now. It's like when you're trying to make somebody feel like they're crazy.
Right. Well, yeah, it's like blatant lies. Like,
I think on a light level, I think pretty much all men do that to women. And in general, we do a good job of saying like, "Oh yeah, oh girl, you crazy," and all of that. So I kind of think that's kind of like a light version of gaslighting, maybe. Well, you're not in the frame. So I think that's a light version of how we gaslight. But read some of those examples that you were just talking about, because I think that really gives a good example of what goes on with it.
All right, so this is by Choosing Therapy, I think is what it says. And it says, examples of gaslighting in a relationship. Number 1 is distracting with compassion. It's sugarcoating toxic situations and making the partner feel like they're overreacting. Number 2 is minimizing of making fun of feelings. Calling partners overly sensitive, critical, and dramatic. You know, you'd be like, why are you being so sensitive? Like, don't do that.
Or why you being such a... Never mind.
Or you're so dramatic.
But what if these things are true though?
No, because this is the thing. This is where people got to get better. Like, we're trying to get better at this. Is when you cannot tell me if my feelings are right, wrong, indifferent. You should acknowledge my feelings and then try to explain how your actions or your words did not intend to make me feel this way.
I get what you're saying.
Or that way. But my feelings are my feelings.
I didn't say that your feelings are not your feelings. What I'm trying to get out of it, like, what if the person is really being crazy? Like, what if they really being crazy? Then is it still gaslighting then if they actually being crazy?
I mean, what's saying like if it's
you,
saying
like
overly sensitive. Like, you can't tell somebody what hurts them. That's sensitive to them.
So like my point being, what, like if it was actually true, like let's say for instance that you was hitting on me and you scratching me up and all of that stuff, and then you be like, don't be so doggone sensitive, I didn't hurt you like that. I said, you don't see the gash on my face? Right. It's true.
Because that's reality.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
It's saying, remember how we just read about trying to make opposite of reality.
So now what I'm saying is that, like, what if I'm telling you something that's actually true though?
Then that's not like gaslighting, because you're telling me,
I'm like, girl, you crazy as hell, like you just scratched me.
Right. That's you telling your feelings.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So this is just you telling your feelings. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So number 3 is discounting achievements. Often questions various accomplishments.
And I know this because people be trying to do that. They be like, oh, you know, your little look at your little T-shirt or something like that. Oh, that's a nice little T-shirt you made right there.
Oh Lord!
I'm like, hey man, what T-shirt you done made?
Ain't nothing little or average about anything I do. Okay, denying abuse. I guess that's what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're so convincing that even the victim starts to believe their version of the truth. Like, no, he didn't really hit me. We weren't fighting.
Yeah, I fell and hit the doorknob.
Yeah, I don't. No, you know, you start questioning like, no, this black eye isn't real. Come on. Withholding information. And this is not making light or funny of any of this. Okay. Withholding information. Insisting they told their partner something when they never did. Like, people love to do that. Like, but I told you that. No, you didn't. And now you got to start having receipts on people.
So that's gaslighting too.
I guess it says in a relationship.
So you lying. You're talking about, yeah, hey man, I done told you that. Now I told you like 10, 15 times now. Right. I ain't gonna lie, I say that all the time, but I actually told you though.
Like, okay, now this is one that I hate. Like, when you tell somebody something was hurtful, right? And they'll be like, not trying to be hurtful, just keeping it real.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that gaslighting?
Is it? I'm not trying to be hurtful. I'm just keeping. I guess it
But I
kind of
just
is
told
because
you
they're
hurt me.
right because they're kind of discounting.
Like you're discounting.
Kind of discounting how you feel about it and telling you it wasn't. I ain't being hurtful. But it's kind of explaining it away a little bit. I don't really know. That's why gaslighting is so confusing to me.
It's just basically when you're trying to twist.
Mm-hmm.
It says like you're trying to twist the sense of reality for the victim.
Okay.
Or the person. An example of gaslighting would be a partner doing something abusive, then denying it happened.
Okay.
Gaslighting can occur in romantic, platonic, and family relationships, or even at work. People be gaslighting all day. But I think sometimes what happens with these words is that we take them and then it'd be like, we use it almost like how a lot of us girls use being read now. Now it's like, she read you. You got read. Or, we stretch these words out. We give them all sorts of different meanings, and it's a whirlwind of a definition. That's how it becomes. That's what it's like. So now everybody's using gaslighting. All the kids, stop gaslighting. When it's almost like they're using gaslighting as if you're hating.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I never heard it used that way before.
No, so when the kids are saying gaslight, like I'm saying the kids.
I think I had heard like you and your sister say it one time, and I was like, okay, I don't even really know what it means, so I'm not really gonna make no comments on things if I don't understand it, then I don't typically tend to speak on it.
Okay, so look at these. So let's read these phrases. Are these some phrases that you've heard of that when you say, okay, this is a gaslighting phrase?
Mm-hmm.
It says 25 phrases abusers will usually use to gaslight. And this is something that's interesting. This gaslighting is really like a synonym for an abuser.
I think it's just really a synonym for, you calling people crazy. Like if you're trying to make somebody feel like they're crazy, that's gaslighting is what it sounds like. Go ahead and read them all.
I don't know. Let's see. Everyone agrees with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's your fault.
Hold on, where it say everyone agrees with me?
At the bottom.
Oh, are you starting from the bottom and going up?
Yeah, I'm just looking around. You're being paranoid. You're overreacting.
Mm-hmm.
That never happened. I don't know what you want me to say. It's your fault.
How is I don't know what you want me to say?
Yeah, I don't know.
Gaslighting. Like, what else you want me to say?
Right. And like this, so this must be like the real definition, and like the video was sort of...
It was just an example.
But she didn't gaslight though. Did Jada gaslight?
No, she was... The lady was saying an example of gaslighting would have been if she didn't just come out and say what was actually happening and said, somebody's paranoid.
Oh, yeah. She would have doubled down, but like she said, no, true liars just... Yeah, they say, hey, I was lying. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Jada was a true liar.
Well, don't be hating on Jada Pinkett Smith.
Great actor.
Is she? I don't know if I consider her great. I think she's alright.
Yeah. I know somebody was talking about that whole thing again. Like, it's not going to get died down on. Saying, about... We've talked about it, you can go look at the video about, Will Smith and Jada, the slap and everything. And they were just basically, saying how she laughed and then she stopped laughing. And then that's when Will...
So you got anything else on gaslighting so you can make sure that it's drilled into your husband's head so I get it?
I don't think it's something you really have to worry about that much, honey.
I ain't gonna lie, a lot of these phrases I be using, so that's why I was concerned about it.
Are you a gaslighter?
I don't think I be thinking I'm telling the truth. So if you're telling me there you go. I be thinking I'm telling the truth. So would you be gaslighting by telling me that I'm gaslighting? Because you're trying to alter my reality, right? You trying to tell me I'm the one that's crazy because I feel like I'm telling the truth. Mm-hmm. No?
No, somebody leave the definition in a comment in the comments.
All right, help me out.
Yeah.
Help me.
No.
I'm not trying to be no gaslighter.
Look, we're going to bring our nieces up here so they can give us...
Say I'm not trying to gaslight.
Give a true... That's not... No. You wouldn't be gaslighting.
Okay, well, as long as my wife don't feel like I'm gaslighting, I
you
feel
be
good.
Gaslighting when you're like, when I'm telling you how I feel, you're like, but did I really do that though? That's gaslighting. See, you know what I thought gaslighting was?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was when I'm telling you something and then you turn it and make it like
It is.
I did something to you.
That is kind of gaslighting.
Like I'm saying, okay, you hurt me by da-da-da-da, and then you say, oh, I hurt you by that, but and you know you hurt me when you did that. You're like, hold up, we were talking about how you hurt me.
I think in a way it kind of is. I think in a way that kind of is gaslighting.
That's kind of gaslighting too.
I think so. All right, chime in, y'all.
Things that make you go.
Chime in, y'all. Help us out. Make sure we understand what gaslighting means. Leave your examples of how people might have gaslighted you or how you might have gaslighted other people.
Yeah.
Hey, comment, like, subscribe, leave more comments. Check out all the rest of our videos.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Peace.
Peace.
Just annoying me, and I'm too about it. And the dirt that they threw on my name turned to soil, and I grew about it. Time for y'all to figure out what y'all gonna do about it. Big wheels keep rolling and rolling. I'm outside, 29, G5, seaside. I've been losing friends and finding peace. But honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. If I ever heard one, and I'm still here outside, front line, south side. I've been losing friends and finding peace. Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me.